chapter 11. Open your doors, O Lebanon, that the fire may devour your cedars. Wail, O cypress tree, for the cedar is fallen, because the glorious ones are spoiled. Wail, O you oaks of Bashan, for the strong forest is come down. Hark, the wailing of the shepherds, for the glory is spoiled. Hark, the roaring of young lions, for the thickets of Jordan are spoiled. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of slaughter, whose buyers slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, that they sell them, say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord, but lo, I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. So I fed the flock of slaughter, verily the poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, the one I called graciousness, and the other I called binders, and I fed the flock. And I cut off the 3 shepherds in 1 month, for my soul became impatient of them, and their soul also loathed me. Then said I will not feed you. That which dieth, let it die, and that which is to be cut off, let it be cut off, and let them that are left eat every one the flesh of another. And I took my staff, graciousness, and I cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant which I had made with all the peoples. And it was broken in that day, and the poor of the flock that gave heed unto me knew of the truth, that it was the word of the Lord. And I said unto them, If you think good, give me my hire, and if not, forbear. So they weighed for my hire 30 pieces of silver, and the Lord said unto me, Cast it into the treasury, the goodly price that I was prized at of them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver, and cast them into the treasury, into the house of the Lord. Then I cut asunder my other staff, even binders, that the brotherhood between Judah and Israel might be broken. And the Lord said unto me, Take unto you yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, who will not think of those that are cut off, neither will seek those that are young, nor heal that which is broken, neither will he feed that which standeth still. But he will eat the flesh of the fat, and will break their hoofs in pieces. Woe to the worthless shepherd that leaves the flock! The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. All right, let's go back up to verse 1, and we are going to call to remembrance yesterday's chapter, last chapter. The Lord said, Ask you for rain. Pray for this rain, this understanding that comes down from heaven, even from God who makes these lightnings, and these lightnings always represents these judgments going forth that we can see. These judgments are visible. And he did, and he would give them showers, we'll find out, this understanding. For all the idols and all these diviners, they've seen a lie in all these dreams they've got, all these perceptions of what's going to come. It's all vanity. It's all good for nothing. And we'll find out it. And the comparison is used of these shepherds and the sheep. And this sheep are the people. They're the flock. They're the ones who God said to his shepherd to tend over, to watch over, to feed, to give understanding. To feed is to nourish, to provide substance, and we'll find out not only just for the flesh, but for the whole body, the whole understanding that the whole thing could become one. For we must be one before the Lord, and that is body and soul, both observant to God's law, which he gave, even in the beginning. And we'll find out God has done a great and marvelous work in the earth. God always making a way so for understanding, giving us something we can see. And God has promised that he will call his children, he will call them, and that he will bring them from these places that he has scattered them in all the earth. We'll find out this was what had happened back then, and it's what's going on now. The people are scattered into confusion, and all these understandings that men have took up We'll find out it's for gain. It's to make themselves rich. It's for wealth, but it does the sheep no good. We're going to pick it up here in verse 1. Open your doors, O Lebanon, that the fire may devour your cedars. Open your doors. These places where they go in and out, O Lebanon. And Lebanon means white. It means that what it's made white. It's been purified. That the fire may devour your cedars. That the fire, this judgment of God even, may devour your cedar. Cedar is an everlasting. It's an evergreen, and it's a symbolism of that which is everlasting. Because the judgment of God is going to devour these things that you have, and these perceptions that you have. That's where we was yesterday, and they're going to be done away with by the judgment of God. 2. Well, O cypress tree, for the cedar is fallen, because the glorious ones are spoiled. Well, O you oaks of Bashan, for the strong forest is come down. And wail, cry, lament. Wail, cry out loud, O cypress tree. And that cypress tree is that one that's exalted, you see. It's that evergreen. It's that which we can see, and it stands for this, that's eternal. It's that eternal promise, we might say. For the cedar is fallen. The cedar is fallen, and that evergreen, that which is symbolism for eternity, it's fallen, because the glorious ones are spoiled. And these glorious ones that are spoiled, these are the ones God set up there. He's going to make an example out of them even from the beginning. They are spoiled. It means they have been robbed, so to speak, and we'll find out it's of their understanding. Well, cry, well out loud, O you oaks of Bashan, for the strong forest is come down. That strong forest, that great forest, these are the trees that have exalted themselves. These are the understandings of men that have exalted themselves, and they've become mighty in the forest. And the hewers come, and it's time to fell the trees. We'll find out, you oaks of Bashan. And Bashan's a place of fertility. It's a fertile plain, a great fruitful fertile plain where the waters of the Jordan empty into. And the waters of the Jordan is a river, we're going to find out, that descends. These are the waters that descend, we'll find out, from the throne of God. And these oaks of Bashan, an oak tree is a great tree. It's something that casts a lot of shade, and there's great shadow under the branches thereof, and there's places for all the fowls of the air to light into. 3. Hark, the wailing of the shepherds, for the glory is spoiled. Hark, the roaring young lions, for the thickets of the Jordan are spoiled. Listen, the wailing of the shepherds. These crying, that's those that are wailing, these cypress trees. Cry, wail out, you shepherds, those that watch over the flock, for their glory is spoiled. Their glory is spoiled. This great understanding that they thought they had, this position they thought they took up. And the roaring young lions, listen, hark, the roaring of the young lions, for the thickets of the Jordan are spoiled. These thickets of the Jordan. A thicket is a place that's hard to get through. It's an entanglement. It's an entanglement of the Jordan, and the Jordan is that river that descends, and these would be the thickets that would be along the banks on one side or the other, or both. Then this roaring of these young lions is a young lion is something that's going to practice. It's going to practice hunting, see, and it will find out it has no understanding of hunting. And what it does, it just rips and tears and destroys and kills. It slaughters, it kills just to be killing, because it's practicing its slaughter. 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of slaughter. And this was the word from God even in the beginning. Feed that flock of slaughter. This flock, we'll find out, these were the ones that was separated out. They was separated out in the beginning to be slaughtered. We'll find out these are going to be all the he-goats, all the rams of the flock, these are separated out. These are the ones we would separate out, those that were weak and those that was to be taken off. 5, whose buyers slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Whose buyers slay them. And these are the ones that buy, and we're going to find out, these will be represented by 3 shepherds. These that buy and hold themselves not guilty, they take no blame for this. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And they think they're rich. They think they've got a fat seat, but their wealth is coming from that which doesn't please the Lord. See, they are causing the sheep, we'll find out, to be slaughtered. These that are going to come forth to slaughter. And their own shepherds pity them not. And that's those that are gathering this flock, gathering all this flock together, those that are to be slain. That's what they are. These are those that are to be slain. And 6, for I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord, but lo, I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king. And they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. For I will no more have pity the inhabitants of the land, these ones that God has had great pity for, saith the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand. His neighbor's that one who dwells beside, see, and into his neighbor's hand would be even into the works of this one who dwells beside. We'll find out. It could be the adversary. And into the hand of his king, his hand, even to the works of his king, this one who God set over them to rule. They had turned from God. They didn't want to listen to God's understanding, God's knowledge, God's wisdom that He gave them in the beginning. That would be the law, see. They didn't want to observe the law. They said, give us a king, like everybody else has got. How did everybody else get their king? They got their king the same way Israel did. And they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. And they do smite the land. These rulers that the people have chosen and they've placed over them, it's a constant smite. It's the judgment of God, see. And that's what it was in the beginning. Nothing's ever going to change that. 7. So I fed the flock of slaughter, verily the poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves. The one I called graciousness, and the other I called binders, and I fed the flock. So I fed this flock of slaughter. I give them substance. I give them that which they needed to sustain themselves. Truly, they were the poor of the flock, and they were the poor of the flock. Those with the least amount of understanding, why, they filled their understandings full of something else, this other knowledge that God wasn't happy with. And I took unto me these 2 staves. Now, we can get to witness these 2 staves. Why? 2 always means to witness. It's by the mouth of 2. By 2 it's confirmed, see, and these 2 are going to be that which confirms. And these are the staves. And a stave is a staff. It's something I'm going to hold in my hand and pick up, and I'm going to use it. The one I called graciousness, and the other I called binders. And I fed the flock. And this one we're going to call grace, or pleasantness, beauty, loveliness. It's all a feminine sense. And the other I called binders, and I fed the flock. And this one that I called binders was that which held together. It's going to be that which holds together, or that which binds up. 8. And I cut off 3 shepherds in 1 month. For my soul became impatient of them, and their soul also loathed me. And I cut off these 3 shepherds in 1 month, and 3, once again, three's a witness as well. It's just one more's come in to witness for us. See, now we have 3, and by the mouth of 3, we're going to complete it. And these 3 shepherds, that which is going to complete, we'll find out, this judgment of God. These shepherds are those that tend the flock. Those that were supposed to be feeding the flock, we'll find out, for gain was what they was working for. And they'll be cut off in 1 month, even the beginning of that lesser light. See, a month is a period, and we're going to look at this as they'll be cut off, and even in the beginning of this period of the lesser light, and that's going to be the moon. See, the moon was the lesser light God gave to rule over the darkness in the beginning, and this lesser light, a light is a little bit of understanding that's coming forth, and we're going to find out this lesser light is coming off of a fire. See, it's coming off of a fire, and that fire is the judgment of God. Because my soul has become impatient of them, and their soul, that's their understanding, their spirit, that which causes them. I mean, this soul is that which is within. It's that which loathes me. Because why? They are using the sheep to gain their riches, to make some wealth, to set them up a place, a high seat. It's a position they seek. 9. Then said I will not feed you. That which dies, let it die. And that which is to be cut off, let it be cut off. And let them that are left eat every one the flesh of another. Then said I will not feed you. I'll not feed you no more. And this is to be cut off of substance. This is to be cut off of understanding. That way, that which can die, that which is weak and feeble, and that which is going to die anyway, let it die. And that which is to be cut off, let it be cut off. And let this that is to be cut off or separated out, let it be done. Let them that are left eat every one the flesh of another. Devour that one from another. And we're going to find out this flesh represents that which comes from the earth. And we're going to find out it's this covering or this outer garment of that which is within. 10. And I took my staff, graciousness, I cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant which I had made with all the peoples. And I took my staff, graciousness. I took my staff, beauty, pleasantness, all the wonderfulness, and I cut it asunder, that I might break my covenant, that I might break this agreement, even this agreement that I had made with all the people. And we'll find out that that agreement is to have grace, show pity. 11. And it was broken that day. And the poor of the flock that gave heed unto me knew of the truth, that it was the word of the Lord. And it was broken that day, even in that understanding, that God would no longer have grace, have pity on those. We'll find out that was devouring, that was determined for this purpose, to set aside for an example that of judgment. And the poor of the flock that gave heed unto me knew of the truth, that it was the word of the Lord. And the poor of the flock are those that are oppressed. They are always those that are oppressed, because why? They are seeking God. They seek the law of God and the understanding of it, and we'll find out they are constantly being oppressed, hunted down. See, because they have humbled. They're humble in understanding. They're humble in their heart, and they are sought after. We'll find out, like sheep, they are easily led away, and they are took, and they are sold. 12. And I said unto them, if you think good, give me my wages, my hire, and if not, forbear. So they wait for my hire, 30 pieces of silver. And I said unto them, if you think this is good, if this is a good thing that I'm doing, then give me my wages, give me that my hire, my wages. If not, keep it, forbear, keep it. So they wait for my hire, or my wages, or these 30 pieces of silver. 30 is 3/10, and 3 is going to be complete. It's to complete the witness. 3, it should be confirmed. I should say confirm the witness. And 10 is the law. See, we're going to confirm that law, because the law is going to be the ultimate witness against us. And these are the pieces of silver, these pieces of silver that have passed through the fire. They had to pass through the fire to be purified, and they represent, these pieces represent another generation. 13. And the Lord said unto me, cast it into the treasury. The goodly price that I was prized out of them. And I took the 30 pieces of silver and cast them into the treasury in the house of the Lord. And the Lord said, cast it into the treasury. The treasury, that place where the Lord stores up, in the house of God. It's that place where he put his name. The treasury, we're going to find out, that's the judgment of God over there. That goodly price that he was prized up. And I took the 30 pieces of silver. I took these 30 pieces of silver that's going to complete the law. It's a dedicated thing. 30 means dedicated for that purpose. It is for that purpose. These pieces of silver, now which is going to pass through the fire. They're going to be for that other generation. And I cast them into the treasury. And I cast them into that treasury, that place where God stores up. And we're going to find out it's that place where God stores his judgment. It's in the house of the Lord. 14. Then I cut asunder my other staff, even binders, that the brotherhood between Judah and Israel might be broken. Then I cut asunder my other staff, this other work that I had in my hand that I could use for an example. Even binders. And binders is that which bound up. It binds up. It holds together. We'll find out. The brotherhood. The brotherhood is to those that share one understanding. See, they would come from one mother and one mother, or one father, I should say. And this mother that bare them would be the reflection of her father, and these would come from that one understanding. That would be Judah and Israel, that they might be broken. Judah, those are praising, and Israel, those that contend with the mighty one. That be the brotherhood, that which was bound together, God making an example out of them. And the Lord said unto me, take unto you yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. And the Lord said unto me, now take you yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. And these instruments are something that a shepherd would use, a tool, something that he would use to conduct a shepherd, be a shepherd now. And we're going to find out these instruments of a foolish shepherd would be a whole lot of pillows. 16. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, who will not think of those that are cut off, neither will seek those that are young, nor heal that which is broken, neither will he feed that which standeth still, but he will eat the flesh of the fat, and will break their hoofs in pieces. For lo, watch and see. God, that lo means this, it's coming. I will raise up a shepherd, one who will tend the flock in the land, and that's God's flock. We'll find out. He will not think of those that are cut off, those that have been separated out, neither will he seek those that are young, those that don't have any understanding, nor heal that which is broken, that which has been judged, neither will he feed that which standeth still, those that don't seek, those that hold their place. They think they've got the best pasture. But he will eat the flesh of the fat, and will break their hoofs in pieces. But he will eat the flesh of the fat. He'll eat the flesh, or that which makes up, see, that which goes around the fat. And these fat is those that have exalted themselves. See them, the fat, they've grown fat off all the substance, while the others are starving. And I will break their hoofs in pieces. And these hoofs are those things which they trample with. That's their hoof, their feet. And we remember this. This is kind of like an example that was given. What they do is they go run to the water and they drink. And then what's left they trample with their feet. And it's polluted. And none else can drink. And they've made themselves fat off the best pasture. And that which they didn't eat, they trample the residue so that there's no substance for anybody else. 17. Woe to the worthless shepherd that leaves the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. Woe! That ain't a good thing. That's not, it'd be nice if he would stop. Whoa, stop. This worthless shepherd that leaves the flock. They don't care nothing about the flock. We'll find out. They buy and sell. It's just sheep. They bring to the slaughter. It's just like bringing sheep to the slaughter. See, and that's what's been going on. The sword shall be upon his arm. And this sword, we're going to find out that the Lord has put upon this shepherd's arm. These shepherds, well, there was 3 of them, remember? Of this worthless shepherd that leaves the flock. This is the one that's gone away. He's left the flock. He's abandoned the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm. This sword, it's the judgment. That's the word. That's the judgment of God. Shall be upon his arm. It's going to be upon his strength, that which he's doing, and upon his right eye. His right eye is the abilities, of his perceptions, these things that he sees, these things which he perceives, these things which he thinks he can cause to happen. His arm shall be clean dried up. His arm's going to be dried up, his strength. And this clean dried up it's one word. It means that it's just done away with. It's withered. It's drawed up. It's just like a grape would happen to a grape. If we put it in the sun, it would dry up and wither and become a raisin. That's kind of like what's going on here with the arm, and that arm is that ability, the strength. See, that gives you the ability to do something. It's a work. It's an ability. It's a strength you have to do it. And his right eye shall be utterly darkened. His right eye, that's that ability, that strength which you perceive. You think you have this, but we'll find out your ability is dried up. It's taken away. This right eye, these things you perceive happening, these things you understand happening, is done away with. It's become utterly darkened. Utterly darkened. There's no light in it. See, this great strength, these understandings you had, see, we'll find out God took them away from you. You was deceived even in the beginning. These shepherds that buy and sell the flock, and we've compared these to the fishermen. These are the ones that exalt themselves in the understandings, and they try to take up the positions and rule over that which belongs to God even in the beginning. We'll find out. It's all one story. It has one meaning in the end. See, God's going to rule. Let's move forward to chapter 12. Turn and return.